In this little video I talk about my folding boat and my Bison 68 electric outboard motor. Enjoy! Good morning. Well, I made this thing yesterday and it's my folded boat, and I had a dream about this many years ago, and I woke up in the middle of the night and I immediately wrote a song called My Folded Boat. It was so profound a dream, and the folded boat was more like an allegory of couple ship, because boats represent couples, and the journey on the way to coupleship, to the Holy Grail. So it's kind of like a grail really. And anyway, I made this boat as a result of watching some videos, which I'll show you in a minute. But I did notice after I made it with cardboard that it's very, very stable. If you sit in it, it pushes the sides out and it becomes more and more like a little coracle. And the tensions inside this particular design are very, very good. And I did this design, I didn't measure it, I just cut it out of a piece of A4, just roughly, just with my hands, and put it together. And so there's no kind of like thought gone into this, it's just the way it came out. And it came out remarkably well, and remarkably identical to the one in my dream. And the one in my dream had no seats in it, and you could sit right in the side and the bottom, on your hands and knees if you wanted to. And I don't remember a sail in it. I don't remember any form of propulsion in it. It just seemed to blow along the top of the ocean. And there were sharks and dolphins around me and so on. It was very interesting. And so this is many, many years ago now, and so I include my folded boat video, music video that I made at the time, a long time ago. And so now all of a sudden this folded boat has come back. Now the reason this folded boat has come back is because I did some eBay action yesterday, and I saw this electric outboard motor for £200, and I just hit the buy now button. I didn't even think about it, I just hit the buy now. And I thought, oh, this outboard motor should be good to electrify my sailboat. Not fast, not powerful, but I think this one has 68 pounds thrust, and I did a bit of research and I figured out that 68 pounds thrust is about all I can do with my kind of battery setup, and just about enough to move a boat the size of mine, not into strong headwinds or difficult situations and tides and currents. I don't intend to use it for that. I want to use it for going in and out of harbours and things like that, and not have to rely on my diesel engine, which I want to use purely for emergencies. And so it's not kind of getting the sort of thing that I have to use all the time, because it's a bit of a pig to start, but it is startable. And so yeah. And so after I got this, you know, so it's funny, you don't really do any research. I was attracted to the name. The outboard motor is called a Bison, and the Bison is Native American, which I'm very much attracted to. And the story of the Bison is very tragic. So it's nice to see the Bison come back. So to have the word Bison on my boat, and Bison means two sons in one. Yeah. The son and the daughter, so it's like a couple kind of thing really. So I'm glad about that. And after I got this engine, I sort of thought, well, I wonder if there's any videos on YouTube of people who bought this engine and used it on sailboats. So as I found a few videos which were quite reassuring. And then I found this one of this gentleman who had bought the same engine, a Bison 68, and he had a folding boat. I'd never even seen a folding boat in my life. This was a dream. It wasn't based on anything. This folding boat just was in my dream. I didn't even know there were folding boats. So, and his folding boat is remarkably like my folding boat, but my folding boat's actually better, but of course everybody's own folding boat is better than everybody else's. But my folding boat doesn't have any structural parts. My folding boat is canvas and plywood and sewn together, and so there's no, like, there's nothing except the boat, and it's also a bath. Because you don't want all those extra bits and pieces in the bath. It's also a bath. You can get in it and have a bath. You know, you could leave it out in the rain and let it fill up and have a nice bath in it. You'd probably do it on the deck of your boat, actually, or, or somewhere. So that's my folding boat. Now,
today I'm going to show you an 8-foot long boat that folds down to just 4 inches wide. You can put an outboard on it and it actually planes. It can do about 15 knots maximum speed, and you can also fit a rig to it and sail it around. So it's very versatile. It also rows straight as an arrow. It's a fantastic little boat. You can keep it anywhere, even in the gap between a wardrobe and a wall, or in your garage. On a small boat it can be kept alongside the lifelines and it hardly takes up any room at all. So let's open it up and have a look at it. Now, I'm no expert rower, but watch how easy this thing rows.
of course, yesterday I did a lot of research how to construct folding boats, and you know, oh my God, plastic sheets, all sorts of different ways you can do it. And I also had a look at inflatables, because I found also at the same time, after I got this motor, this electric motor, I thought, yeah, I can use this for my tender, and I found very good price tender, less than £300 for a really, really nice 7.5-foot tender, inflatable. Okay. So anyway, I mulled over this overnight. I thought, you know, the only problem with this thing is it folds down flat, but still it's 1800 by 860 wide, and it's still too big to put anywhere on my boat, you know. I just sort of thought, well, it's no good if it can't fit, you know, I've got to have an idea where it can fit on the boat. So I slept on this in the night. And then I came back this morning and I had all these diagrams of how I was going to cut it out of a piece of wood and so on. Because just like 3.5mm plywood is what it's made out of. And canvas. And so, you know, I had a cutting and I threw it out. I put it in the rubbish. I said, no, that's rubbish. And then I was left with this. I thought, well, this is just, you know, it's just an object here now that I've got. And then I'm looking at this thing and I think, you know, what if you could fold it more? And so I thought, what if you can fold it down here, down here, and down here, so it folds up. And then I realised that when you fold it like that, it's going to end up in a package which has a curve on it on one side and is straight on the other side. And then the thought occurred to me, goodness me, if it folds up into that shape, I can put it behind my sunken lounge, so it's even like a backrest for me in my sunken lounge. So, you know, now that we're starting to get some synergy. And there's nothing that I can use. This sunken lounge, it has some storage built into the side of the boat. And underneath this storage, there's nothing you can do with it except sleep under there if there's two of you, but normally there's only one of me on the boat anyway. And so, you know, if there's one of me, I don't even use that area. I just put stuff on that. I use it like a storage area, you know. But this would fit straight underneath there and still give you storage area on top of it. You wouldn't lose anything. You get a place to put your boat. And all you'd have to do to launch it would be to pull it out, push it up in one movement, pull it out, push it up the steps out into the cockpit, open it up and throw it over the side. That would be a lot. And so, you know, now it's starting to be, now maybe I have to make this goddamn thing, because, you know, I'm a bit reluctant to take on reasonable sized projects, but I do have a sewing machine, and I have thought of some ways where it can be easy, very, very, very quick and easy to make this thing. Because my idea is you put the wood in, you sew it inside, you sew the whole thing up like a yurt, and you push the wood inside it, and you stitch the final bits up, and then you just paint the whole thing with waterproof paint, you know, over the canvas and everything. And so the actual seams in the canvas are the folding parts of the hinges. You know. And how this piece, these end piece work is they fold down, but there's canvas in the flexible canvas in the other part of it. So these pieces fold down, and then they fold this way and this way. And so the whole thing folds up, these down first, and then bump, 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 and it all folds up into, you know, a little quarter of itself. Yeah. And then to stiffen it up, there'll be other pieces that fit into the front and into the back. Into the transom for the outboard motor, just pushes in and stiffens that up, holds it all together, and pushes against these corners here. And another piece at the front which goes in, and you can put a hole in there and put a sail in the hole, you know, kind of like for sailing it. So we have a design for folding boat, and so we have the song of the folding boat. So I'll leave you the folding boat song is for the rest of the video. Enjoy!
To escape the lies of my sordid past, I sailed upon my journey at last. A poet's home as far you see, from fallen angels lost at sea. And so I made my journey long, the sum of it is in my song. I behold my worldly oats and fly upon my folded boat. My folded boat is sailing true upon the wind that nature blew. The sharks and dolphins all attest my folded boat is sailing best down the long and windy way. My folded boat on nature's spray, passing giant sharky kind. My folding boat are all inclines. Now that my folded boat is two, o'er many passages winds it through, and landing on some impossible shore, out I climb, my boat I stow. 'Tis hiding as my folded gate, as I my escapade do make. My folded boat I leave once more upon its little pebbly shore. The sharks and dolphins all attest my folded boat is resting best upon the shore that nature drew. My folded boat is resting true until such time I reappear. My folded boat is waiting here. I leave my little molded crew, and over many mountains flew, and many from the faded lands. asked me questions and shook my hands. Purveying only my up and down, I gave it all so true I tell. To my companion of the deed, who fair accomplished every need. Finally we did our best, overtaking every quest, returning to our former glow, our couple boat up on the shore. My folded boat is sailing true upon the wind that nature blew. The sharks, the dolphins all attest, our folding boat is sailing best. Down the long and windy way, my folding boat's on nature's spray. No more sharks upon our path, my folding boat in nature basks. Our couple boat will not be lost, though upon its stormy sea is tossed. For after all, a folded boat can fold itself away. Almost my folded boat is sailing true upon the wind that nature blew. The sharks, the dolphins all attest, my folded boat is sailing best. For folding time is almost here, as I upon my letter bask. My folded boat another's task, I run away to make my bath in my folded boat. Goodbye, dear past.